these girls are going to have it tough out there in these conditions. We saw in the qualifying heats this morning through the irons and the girls going around the cans that once that water starts to push across that bank, it is a super challenging race.
You're not wrong, Duff. There's some 5-star incredible athletes out there. I don't know who's going to win out of this. My top 3 would have to go Lani Pallister, the hometown hero, Olympian, Georgia Miller, the reigning Australian champion, also Naomi Scott, who's the reigning Summer of Surf champion. As the girls make their way out now, have a look at that. You see where the start line is, and those girls are all running, I'm going to say, 100 metres to the south to jump into that rip, try and take the escalator straight out the back, do it the easiest way possible. I can see a Northcliffe cap out in front, but, mate, we're going to go with the tip here. I'm going to say it's Georgia Miller 1, Lani Pallister 2, Naomi Scott in 3. There's my podium for you.
Look, you could be the Nostradamus here because that could well and truly be the podium. I can't really argue against you there at all. Let's talk a bit of tactics, strategy, race strategy, Paulie. For those watching at home on 7+, the reason why they're running down to the beach, is it the water's moving? Is it the sweep? What's the reason that they're running down the beach?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, we've got a big, strong swell on at the moment. So what happens is when you've got big waves like this, all that water is moving in. It's got to make its way back out to sea somehow. You're seeing a strong southerly wind at the moment. So that's moving, if you're looking at the screen, from right to left across the screen. That southerly wind is pushing all the water down the beach towards the north. So to allow for that, because you want to land on those cans when you get out the back, as we've seen the single turning can for that swim can, everybody is going from the south so that they can hopefully, ideally, by the time they get to the back of the break duff, they're landing right in line with that swim can so they can get around and not have to swim against it. Because I tell you what, if you overshoot it and you end up too far to the north and you've got to swim against that sweep, it is horrible. It is exhausting and it will waste a lot of time and energy. So that's why you're seeing all the competitors running to the south, getting swept down with it to the north, and ideally landing right on that swim can.
And that's it. There's so much water moving around out there as we pick up a bit of vision of, I think it is Kimberly Doyle of Newport out in front, so younger sister of Emily Doyle, currently leading at this stage. But we think of water and that the way that water moves is a path of least resistance. I have to flash back to my days as a surf instructor where we used to sort of do the diagrams on the beach and we show the water that washes in has to go somewhere, and you use the sand and you build the sand castles and then you push it out onto that deeper section of the water in a deeper part there, and that's where it flows out. So those girls just going down into that deeper water, the path of least resistance, that's where the water's moving back out rather than fighting against it. We're trying to pick up the cap here, and it does look like it might be a yellow and black cap there. You've got a couple of the Alexander Headland crew out there. You'd be a brave man to go against it being Lani Pallister, and the way that she swims and the caliber of athlete she is, it definitely looks like she's starting to just find a bit of rhythm going her stroke. You see Georgia Miller out there as well. The young girl, Lucy Derbyshire of Surfers Paradise with the blue and yellow on, and Lily O'Sullivan, the Woolgoolga champ, 7,000 points. She's one that would be wanting to add to that points girl, but dominating right now, Lani Pallister.
I would have to say you're absolutely on the money there, Duff. That would have to be Lani Pallister, one of Australia's greatest, not only pool swimmers, but also ocean swimmers. She can do it all, jumping from the pool to the ocean. She doesn't miss a beat. Look how strong she is. She's just got such a big, high elbow, long reach, strong catch, bringing the 6-beat kick for that way home. She's got quite a commanding lead there. There's second in it looks like it's Northcliffe. I'm going to say it's either Georgia Miller or Naomi Scott, if I was a guessing man. Lucy Derbyshire's right up there. She's hot on the Northcliffe girls' feet.
I think you might find, actually, I've given you a bum steer there. It's Courtney Hancock of Surfers Paradise with Lily O'Sullivan or Brielle Cooper just on her shoulder. But Lani Pallister, I think this is the beauty of surf lifesaving, that it invites all comers. You've got Lani Pallister, who has big aspirations, big dreams of being an Olympic swimmer. She's just competed for the Australian swimming team at the most recent World Champions in some of those distance events. In the men's coming up, we're going to have Nick Sloman and Bailey Armstrong also in that Australian swim team. Later on, we're going to have the ski and the Race 1 paddle competition as well coming up. We'll give you a bit more details on that, so hang by for that. But the beauty of our sport is that there's all comers, and you attract all of these different people from all walks of life into this one sport, and it's so inviting and so family friendly.
You're absolutely correct. If you look across the field for the open male and female skis, you've got Olympians in Ali Bull, Riley Fitz, Lockie Tame. When you're going to the board paddlers, you've got Harriet Brown, Matt Bevilacqua and Lizzie Wellborn, who are all past Molokai to Oahu World Paddleboard champions. And then you go to your swimmers and you've got your Lani Pallister, who's a future aspiring Olympian. She's one of Australia's strongest pool swimmers, and you got your Nick Slomans and Bailey Armstrongs.
Oh, Lani Pallister almost just gets a little ride out of that one there, but look at the wave coming from out the back. So Lani Pallister, even though she's got a commanding lead, she is not out of the clear yet, because if these waves stand up on that back bank, it's going to be surf skills. She's got a chance right here. The kick needs to lift, the arm needs to go down. The Alexander Headland Surf Club erupts right there as they feel like she's going to miss that leading wave. She's going to get another chance here, but the girls out the back are going to get a look at it as well. The 6-beat kick comes up. Can they get down? That's Georgia Miller, Australian surf champ. Lani Pallister, we're going to have a race up the beach. Surf skills are going to come into it, Paulie.
How good is that? That's almost iconic looking that. You could see straight away there as she kicked her way onto that wave, put the head up, it was Georgia Miller, Australian champion swimmer. As Lani Pallister, look at the way she just keeps that head down. The body is streamlined. She's going to milk that wave as far as possible, ideally to the sand, where she knows she'll be standing up and sprinting
Both
too.
girls still on this wave. Beautiful technique from the body surfing as Georgia Miller and Lani Pallister are going to bring this all the way to the beach. They're going to stand, they're going to eye each other off, and the legs are going to start to pump as Lani Pallister just has the edge over Georgia Miller at the moment. Will she have the edge over the big claim to double hands here on her home beach of Alex? Back to back, Hayden Kenny Classic champ, Lani Pallister take a bow. Beautiful surf skills from two beautiful ladies there of the sport, Georgia Miller and Lani Pallister. What a showcase of skills, Paulie.
That was incredible to watch. I don't know how I went for my trifecta there. I think I said Georgia Miller, Lani Pallister into Naomi Scott. We haven't seen a third across the line as yet, as the rest of the girls are just picking these waves up now. We can see.
Is that Halliday as well? Could we have a third? Could we have it round out the Alex Headland crew? Will erupt if they can get first and third here. We spoke to Taylor last night on the Tent Talk podcast. You can check that one out on Spotify. She's going to get herself across as well. She's going to be really happy. She might not know, as we see the Manly girl just giving up the chase, and the surf club erupts. They're happy with that performance. First and third for Alexandra Headland. And I tell you what, there's going to be a bit of a party on tonight, Paulie, because they've started strong, haven't they, the home club?
Yes, look, Ash Robinson's going to open up the bar. He'll be putting free beers on for everyone, I reckon, if Alex keep landing themselves onto that podium. That was an incredible open women's surf race as we cross down to the boys on the beach now for an interview with Lani Pallister.
Oh, what a performance from Lani Pallister. And I'll tell you what, boys, I saw Ash doing cartwheels over here as well. But what about the cheer squad behind us? The Alex cheer squad, look at this right behind. And it's the local girl, as you mentioned, Lani Pallister. Amazing race, but amazing surf skills.
I was looking behind the whole way in, trying to see if, the girls would come over the top of me. And I saw Georgia come down it, and I saw Courtney almost down the front of it, and it reminded me of Aussies 2019. So I'm really glad to get the win here on our home beach. It's super exciting to race here again, and especially for Hayden Kenny being inducted into the Hall of Fame. So it's such an incredible experience to be back racing, and I guess this will be my prep going to World Champs.
Oh, it is obviously short course World Champs coming up. I'll be there as well, watching in Melbourne in a few weeks' time. But transferring from pool to ocean as well, how do you maintain your skill set of surf, especially like on a day like today when you do so much in the pool?
This is so different, and I think everyone that pool swims and goes to surf knows that your stroke changes so much. So being out here today was huge, and Jack can tell you I've been stressing all day about it and not wanting to hurt myself, because Bowley gave me the opportunity and my mum gave me the opportunity to come and race, but they said if you get hurt, it's on you. So really stoked to be here, get the win for Alex, and can't wait to take that into the Taplin.
Well, there you have it, boys. First of the 10,000 Open Female Surf Race. Lani Pallister, one of the local girls from Alexander Headland. Well done.
Thank you.